related to domestic violence continue to rise here in Indianapolis. It is a deeply disturbing trend. This week we do expect to hear from city leaders about additional funding for efforts related to trauma, mental health care, and reducing domestic violence.
Yeah, officials would not release specific details just yet. Fox 59's Courtney Crown spoke with a survivor today about the dire situation affecting way too many families.
As the sun rose this morning, IMPD officers investigated another officer-involved shooting on Colorado Avenue. This one began as a domestic disturbance call around 5 a.m.
Dispatchers advised they could hear the male telling the female that he was going to kill her.
Officers say they arrived to find a man with a knife inside the home. They claim he aggressively charged at officers, and 2 officers fired shots at the suspect, wounding him. Chief Randal Taylor says it appears the shooting was justified.
This is unfortunately another case where it's got a domestic intertwined in it, which is concerning because we've had a number of these lately.
Danyette Smith, a domestic violence survivor and founder of Silent No More, Inc., is on the front lines of the fight against domestic violence. She's using her past to help survivors and their families have a future.
You don't have finances, when you don't have a vehicle, when you just don't know what that next looks like, it keeps you stuck in that situation. I can promise you, if you give us a call, we can tell you what tomorrow looks like, and it'll be brighter once you reach out to someone.
Smith and her team help survivors escape abusive situations around the clock. She hopes people get connected to resources quicker and easier, and agencies help bridge that gap.
After 2 or 3 calls, then they no longer want to keep going and start to think that maybe it's not meant for me to leave and for me to stay, but getting them directly connected to what's needed for them is the best way.
Courtney Crown, Fox 59 News.
Smith understands leaving a domestic violence situation. It is very delicate. It takes planning, and her team will help survivors make a plan. If you are suffering, if you are scared, if you are alone, there is hope. You do not have to suffer in silence. We do have a list of resources for you or someone you know on our website at Fox 59.